Right, cool. Well, like, hey, my name's Sex Pope, and I'm gonna do a series of YouTube videos here that I'm gonna videos and ideas are really intended for IGLs, and coaches. Kind of a bigger perspective of how to think about the whole game. I'm not gonna tell you six strats, one-way smokes, or cool angles you can hold. There's loads of channels that do that really, really well, and I watch those channels. But I haven't seen any channels really that take a much bigger look at how to look at the game, right? If you are an IGL, basically your job is to get your team to make the best decision in any situation. And that's your value add IGL. Like, can't get them to frag more. Yeah, you can't get them to frag more. Need them to make good decisions, or the team as a whole to make good decisions. And you have to trust your players that they can fight their individual fights and peak their angles and blah blah blah. That's their business. You've got to go step up and think about the whole game. Now, I started the series because in Counter Strike, all the coaches keep their stuff to themselves. Obviously, all the pro IGLs keep their stuff to themselves because they're competitive. But there's a loads of people that play, and there's no framework of which to think about the game. In my mind, there's no like solid blocks that can put together and hang ideas around. So this is going to be a real fucking nerdy series of videos, but you will get a lot out of it. Uh, this first video, we're going to be talking about value in Counter Strike, right? Essentially, we've got a load of resources. They've got a load of resources. How do we throw our resources at their resources so we get the best return? We want to take out loads of their resources and maintain more of ours, right? The more resources you have, the better chance you have of winning the round, right? If you've got more players, if you've got more util, blah, 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 you're going to have a better chance of winning that round. If you have less resources, you have a lower chance of winning that round, right? And so the more resources you have, generally, safer you can play. The less resources you have, the more risks you have to take. Uh, you can read this shit later. Okay, so the first thing to do is to list out what I think resources are. And I might have missed some, and you can have other ones. This isn't like fucking gospel. This is a way for us to think about the game. Okay? So the resources we have in a game are the resources that we have in this round. A pen. Pen gone. I'm not on big. We've got the resources we have in this round and the resources that go on to the next round, right? We can cover the next round's resources really quickly, right? The economy, how much money do we have? How much money are we going to get next round, etc., etc., etc. How many guns do we possess right now? That's part of the economy. The current round score and rounds remaining, right? Because if you're 15-8 ahead, you can afford to make different decisions than if you're 15-13 ahead. 15-13 ahead, got to play safer. Frankly, you don't have to. Yeah, you don't ever have to do anything. Generally, playing safer will be better for you because you have more resources to score. Okay. I think what most people will be more interested in, and it's kind of a bigger discussion, is the micro resources. So these are the resources that you have to spend in this round, in this minute and 50 seconds. These are the resources we have. And these are roughly in order, right? Players. If you don't have any players, you've lost. Okay. Players give you the best return on anything. You've got a player, they can plant a bomb, stab someone in the back, they can get you info, they can trick people. Like, players are the basis of everything. And generally speaking, I'm not sure if I've got the stats. Did I bother doing the stats? Yeah. Okay, here's the fucking stats for players. And I know you can't read these. But these are like the top 20 teams on HLTV over the last 6 months on all maps from HLTV. And we've got the round win percentage, the amount of 5v4s that are won, the amount of 4v5s are won, and the traded percentage, right? The biggest correlation in any of these stats is 5v4s to round win. If you're in a 5v4, you are more likely to get a round win, right? It's the most correlated and it's got the second highest standard deviation. So that means that within all of these teams, the ability to win 5v4s is quite a wide margin, right? And how do you get 5v4s generally? Multi-kills, okay? Which is the highest standard deviation. So who we got at the top? Na'Vi. Na'Vi get fucking multi-kills, right? This is the only one that's green. And generally, as we come down, it gets redder and redder and redder and redder. Okay. In terms of trading, keep players equal. This has the smallest standard deviation. So pretty much all of the teams are able to trade and trade fairly efficiently, right? But it's not nearly as related to round win as conversion of 5v4s. So basically, the more trades you deny, the more chance you're going to win. Because if you've denied a trade, you're in a 5v4, right? Probably not explain that very well. But yeah, you've got fucking players. Yeah, more can... No, we'll just do a case study to go over these because it's simpler. Go through the other ones. Position, map position. If you're the terrorist side and all 5 of you are on A site and they've got one guy who's on B site, you've got pretty good map position, right? If you're playing Inferno and you've got Banana, you've got good map position. That's worth a lot because position denies options to the other. Information, want to be in player advantage situations. How many of them are there? How many of them are there? How many 2-on-1s can we get, 3-on-2s, etc. Weapons. I don't think weapons are really as important for you, the IGL. The weapons aren't as important. Like, if your team have better weapons, they are more likely to win fights. And if you're on like half buy and you've got a bunch of SMGs, etc., that can dictate how you're going to spend. But weapons are really straightforward generally. Utility. Yeah, we can throw smokes, flashes, and stuff. But think about the one team the last couple of years who's famous for utility is Astralis, right? They came along, especially on Inferno, all the grenades, massive incendiary damage and HE damage, right? So they got more value out of their util than any other team had really got before. So that 300, HE grenades always been $300, but the way they utilize those HE grenades make them worth far more than the $300 that you spent on a HE grenade because you threw it somewhere shit and it missed and it didn't do any damage. Flashbangs. Are your flashes flashing people? Are your smokes stopping pushes? Are your incendiaries burning in places that people want to deny access to, etc. Right. The state of the bomb. Your CT and the bomb's not planted, you're winning. CT and the bomb's planted, losing. That's that, right? You can play differently depending on where the bomb is. If you're T and the bomb is in T spawn and the whole of the T team are on B site, but the whole of the CT team are in T spawn, you're losing. Right, where is the bomb? Time in the round. Time is always in the CT advantage until the bomb is planted. Essentially, because every second of time that goes down, CTs are more likely to deny a bomb plant, right? Because there's less opportunity to plant the bomb. Once the bomb is planted, time's in the terrorist advantage, right? You can steal the other team's time, okay? You throw a smoke, that's 15 seconds, you still Molly 7 seconds, etc., etc., etc. If you force them out of map position and they have to retake that, that's time, that's utility. So all of these things, they all come together as one big thing. They're all intertwined with each completely. Um, for the average person, like for the average person playing like solo on the ladder, like their value is, am I alive or not? Because if they're dead, they're technically not playing the game. That's how they view the game. Like they're there to stay alive and play the game, not to win rounds. But what weapons do I have? Do I have an AWP? Oh, okay, it's a good round for me. Do I have? Oh, okay, I only have a FAMAS. Oh, it's a bad round for me. But as the team leader, you're able to look at all of the resources and choose what you're going to do with them. Right? So what we're going to do, so I can elucidate all these points, and I'd be bored of me. Why isn't this showing up? Is we're going to go over a game and talk about how the resources change over time and what different amounts of value the teams are able to get out of them. Right? This is an like official. Oh, you can't even see that name. This is as if what? What me? Where can I type? Oh, here. Like, this is a FaZe fanboy channel. Okay, if you don't like FaZe, fuck off. Don't need you because you're wrong already, and you're not going to learn anything from me. Let's start this game. This is FaZe Liquids from the major, the 2011 major, and it's quite a good game because it's quite backwards and forwards. Okay, so we'll just do the first pause, and we'll go to the beginning of the pistol round. Okay, the pistol round theoretically one of the most equal rounds of the game. And because it's the most equal round of the game, it's pretty 50-50, right? Pros always complain that it's 50-50. And the reason it's 50-50 because you're really equal off. So we can have a look at how the teams have decided to spend, first of all, their money, right? On FaZe defending, have 1 flash, 2 HUs, and 1 smoke. On Liquid attacking, 4 flashes, 3 smokes, 1 molly. How much armor have we got? On Veggie they got. Okay, Stew's got armor? He's just Stewie with armor. Okay, so Fallen, or whoever the hell's IGLing for Liquid, has looked at the money and decided, of all the things that we can have, like the type of resources we can have, get this, I'll get better, I promise. Of all the resources we have, we got players, we've got options for weapons and utility, right? I guess armor counts as utility here. And Fallen said, like, I don't think the armor's worth anything. For what I want to do, the armor's not going to be worth anything. But we have a plan, we have a tactic execution that we're thinking of. And in that execution, these grenades are going to get us more value than the armor's going to get. Right? CT side, who are not like dictating the pace, they're reacting. They've got a lot more armor. Like, Carrigan's got the nades because he's a flash daddy. But generally speaking, CT buy, what they found value in is let's have armor so we can absorb something and react to it. You can start off by buying 4 HEs and throwing them down banana. Okay, if they go banana, you get great value out of that. But if they don't go down banana, you've just wasted 900 bucks. Okay. So, away. They could have got a strat in mind. Could you spread out? FaZe have decided to go 3A, passive on site. Maybe because they're worried that util being thrown at them. Okay, so map position and information. Right? FaZe gave up banana, and gave up top mid. They're gone. Right? That's all that value just gone. They've got no information really as to where Liquid are and what they're doing. It's gonna cost them time if they want to retake that area. If Liquid are all the way up banana at car, they can get on site a lot faster, right? If they're all the way up banana and can get on B, they can throw a molly that's gonna land on you in U box, and you can't run back from U box. Whereas previously, if they mollied you at car, you can run away. You know, they haven't got nearly as much value out of that molly as they could have. But what FaZe do have, I guess, and what they've decided to do is really plea for time. They're saying, okay, we're going to play in such safe positions that we can't just come and get blacked too easily. And if we can't get blacked quickly, that gives us time for rotate. If we get completely wiped out, it doesn't matter if people play on a little bit. It's just a pistol. Oh, fuck you. I wish I had someone else do all of. I'm not going to edit shit. Peeky, 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 peeky. Liquid are like, right, they're hiding like little girls. Walk up banana. That's one flash used to make sure. Okay, so Liquid don't have a lot of util in general, but they think good trade to take this map position is that flash, right? That's $200 or 4 seconds of flash, and they think throwing that flash there is going to get them good value, right? Because that doesn't leave a lot. Well, I guess they still got 4 flashes actually, and 3 smokes. So they're like, okay, we can spend 1 flash here. So they've traded the flash for map position. They're even closer. And one of the key things about Inferno and some other maps is that in order to execute onto the site, have to take the area or you execute. Right? If this was Mirage and your T side, you get T ramp for free and you get Palace for free. Right? You can execute onto the site. But on Inferno, you have to take banana. So far, taking banana has cost them 1 flash. It's pretty good value. Now that's pretty much luck because FaZe decided to run away. But I'd rather be lucky. As the IGL, you're going to have to react to the game that's going on, not what you were hoping they were doing. You not always do something that's totally illogical. Oh, and a big caveat for all of this is that you're an IGL whose team are going to do basically what you tell them, and you're playing best of ones against other teams that don't really know you and can't watch your demos, okay? Because once you can watch someone's demos and counter strat them, etc., it's a different game. That's a whole nother resource that's out there that can't cover, and it's probably not going to affect 99% of people playing Counter Strike. Okay, fills in. Everyone knows this kind of stuff. Oh, that's interesting. They didn't smoke CT. They threw the site smoke so they could run in across the site. They mollied new box, clear that position out. I don't know. They've decided this util is worth their while. Then they smoked CT later. Okay. Sorry, I'm not capturing it, especially. It's the wrong one. People that throw all the time. So classic retakes out where it wasn't until the guy died. Alright. So okay. Time has changed to being in Terra's favor, right? Default condition is that they win. Time runs out. CTs have man advantage, right? Or it's 4-3. Arrogance the only one that's dead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. 2's a bit dislocated, so really this is a 3v3 at the moment. They Don't have anyone in banana, so map position wise, they've got one angle over the back. And I think as a general rule, if you're defending, the upper crossfire, right? But by dark, by new box, and guy to play around pool or construction or wherever he thinks is good. Base don't have the info on where these dudes are exactly. They're going in a 3-man stack, right? So they can get trades. His Rain's going to go in first, and whether he dies or kills the guy, he's going to get information for the next guy who's basically got the same angle. And if Fallen or whoever was open to kill Rain, they're probably going to be open for Brokey to trade. If Brokey was all the way here in Banana, like Rain's got a 1v1 against someone. That's it. And then once that kill goes down, Brokey's like, oh, okay, I know he's new box, but now I've still just got another one. So that's a way of manipulating the player situation, right? In this fight, well, Fallen's here, and this is, I know who the fuck this is. Naf? Elige. So terrible. It's Naf or Elige, right? If they swing out here, they've got 2 people to fight, right? On this line. So they've got 3 guys versus 2. That's a good trade. Basically, you've got a better chance of it. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. But if I sent a guy here and we sent a guy here, then like he'd be looking this way and we can shoot them, etc., etc. But as CT, you're at a disadvantage right now. The bomb's down. You don't know where people are. And right now, these 3 guys, you can say, hey, look, we're going to get a 3 on something. Like 3 on 3 is the worst possible situation. There's 4 of them. 3 on 3 is the worst. Hopefully they'll get 3 on 2, 3 on 1. It's worth. Okay. They're coming onto the site. Crossfires. Okay, 1 fight 1. 2 fights 1. What? Who's dead? Everyone died. Get this. Everyone died. So they come out. Anyone die? Elige gets 2 there. This Elige v Olaf in the 1-on-1. So it didn't trade because of Elige's position. It trade out so well, and Liquid win. Because Elige is mad sick, and sometimes you can't account for multi kills. Multi kills win rounds, frankly. Okay, so poor Grim dies. Bye. Okay. So now, FaZe are on a deco, 1 scout, 3 smokes, molly, you know, a bit of utility. Whereas Liquid have brought in with an AK-2 Galils and 2 MAC-10s. Okay, so now we're talking about weapon leveraging. Grim right now is on the MAC-10. He's got a smoke and a molly. You want to put the MAC-10 in Banana because it's going to win that fight better than it's going to win. Or if you're attacking, it's going to win that fight better than it's going to do fighting for the long angles. Big stack, 089, so that must be Elige, Stewie, and Naf are all over in apps. 2 of the rifles, most of the util, I'd say. Elige has a shit ton, Naf has a lot, and Stewie has some. So that looks like the main area, and really, it looks like Fallen and Grim are just trying to get some banana control. That's all their plan so far. They've decided, okay, we will employ these 2 players, these util, this weapon, in order to trade for this map control. Okay. And we all know what's going to happen here. Bang. Okay. 1 digged in the face. So Grim had, I guess he throws that HE. So he had a smoke and a molly, and a close fighting gun. So the liquids, weapon-wise, you lost a MAC-10. It's not the AK. That's good. Utility-wise, we lost one of our smokes and one of our mollies. Now we're down to 2 smokes, maybe 3 smokes. But you've lost that util value. Didn't trade. Can't trade. Like, he's dead. Kerrigan's run away. Like, you didn't get map control, etc., etc., etc. So, took a bunch of resources, some resources. and you said, I'm going to try and trade these resources for this map control. And if they got the map control, it'd be a good trade. Because honestly, they were going for it cheaply. They're walking up banana, 1 HE thrown, not a lot of util, etc., etc. They're trying to be as cheap as they can in getting this map control. FaZe are also being cheap. They don't have any money. They don't have any util. Karrigan taking this fight behind the half wall, strafe right, click, strafe left, instant trade, removes a player. Okay, Karrigan's got a deagle. He's dropped his util if he ever. No, he's already thrown his util down the bottom of banana. He's got a deagle and armor. Going for information when he steps out. And he gets the kill. He risked his life as a player. At the beginning of this round, as it stood, because of the weapon imbalance and the utility imbalance, FaZe's players are worth less than Liquid's players, because each player can do less with what they have available. So, this is the position that I was really talking about at the beginning. If you're in advantage, you want to play safe. If you're at disadvantage, you're going to have to take risks, because you've got to leverage your resources or more, right? Go gambling, and you're just betting 1 for 1, and you get 1 back and 1 back, and you keep getting it right because you're in advantage. That's the best strategy. Why would you risk all this resource for a maybe? If you don't really have any resource, and like, if you go 1 for 1, it's not going to work. So big bet, big risk, etc., etc., etc. Arrogant shoots guy in the head, takes some more shots, goes to get the Mac 10, twist, immediately dropping smoke top mid, right? Because this is where the retaliation could be. Liquid are really on try and get some value back and equalize players. Liquid also drops a smoke long. So to counter that, FaZe have dropped a smoke top mid. That's an even trade of utility, right? An even trade of time, because they're both 15-second smokes. But because you're CT, because your player's up, your smoke is getting more value than their smoke is. One of the ideas behind the smoke is, okay, if we smoke long, we remove this player, remove the value of this player for this fight, and we can try and isolate 1 person or 2 people over here. I know this sounds obvious, right? I know it sounds obvious that you need to have these blocks to put together to understand what you're doing. And I'm going to go on a separate rant here, okay? There is, I think, no point in doing the like, this nade, this angle kind of approach to IGLing, right? Because fundamentally, as the IGL, you have to make decisions, your own decision. And if you're copying the decision and the other person has seen that decision, has copied the response to it, you're playing poker, basically. And you're just playing out the numbers, playing out the numbers. If you play out the numbers and you're at disadvantage, you won't win. You as an IGL will make no difference. What you have to do as an IGL is make different decisions, right? You have to make your own decisions. Your game is going to be your game, and all the particulars are your particular. Like, if this was me, I'm on Liquid. I know, like, well, I'm dead for a start because I'm the first one up banana. But I know I still have Tannel, who's going to shoot people in the head straight away. So I still have that piece, and I will make different decisions based on my piece. And if I hit simple, not that I think anyone tells simple what to do, make difference. I know this is so fucking slow. We're only gonna do a couple more rounds. FaZe taken a gun away. Yes. Okay. Okay, let's go back to here. Do they give up powerful? Okay, so they killed a guy banana. The smoke goes down long, right? the rotate starts when the smoke goes down long, because they're saying, look, we've looked down banana. We've got all this information in this map control. They're not down banana. That means if they want to come B, it's going to take them all this time to get to B. So I can trade that time in me rotating to A, because I'll trade your time getting up for banana for my time running back. We're leaving one guy on B. If you can lock down a whole bomb site with one guy, pretty good value. Move Karrigan over to A, where they think an attack is likely to be coming, since it can't be B right now, and get the 4-on-4. This is one of those situations where I say generally that I think the player count's more important than the weapons. Yeah, it's easier to multi-kill with an AK, but just trade out. Eagles can trade out just fine. Okay. So they get smoked out. If apps maybe and top mids, and they go, okay, we're going to do B. They've still got some util. They just took this time. Oh, I'm so close to zero. Okay. Right. I'm looking at. I know I should be watching a demo, but I tried using. Okay. You walk up banana, not even a flashbang. So you. They're behind, so they're gambling. Right? The same. We want to keep all of this useful for this situation on the site, not to take the site before the site. Rain's given it the Molotov because it's got trade for time and map control. Stewie's going to run through it, right? You'll have to trade off. It's Liquid throwing the utility that they think is important. Molly goes down, there's 7 seconds. And the second set of utility. Right. I'd say there's spacing in Liquids. Realize how long it takes to listen to someone, process what they say, and react to it. Spacing. Okay, what kill was that? Stewie bang wipes out Carrigan. Muffins? Carrigan. Okay. Oh, he must have thrown that. Oh, he's mollied out. Pop flash. Okay, that's good value. Rain. Weapons great. Hiding in the smoke. Okay, information. Rain's hearing the bomb planted next to him. But he knows the bomb's there. They do not know that he's in the smoke. They know he's not U-Box. Know he's not dark. So where's it time to start looking on a option? What's Rain got? Rain's got Mac 10, right? So he wants to be. That's the fight he's going to out and on the other guy. This time, 3-on-4 again. FaZe's advantage. Elige gone off. The banana, right? Oh, that's great. Okay. It's off. FaZe, they've got one guy on the site, and they're sending 2 in hip to hip. If they could wait for Olaf, that would be sick. That they don't think trading the time of Olaf to get there is worth the value of having an extra player here for these trades, since we're already. Someone just get whippity wiped. Stewie just wipes Brokey. Don't know how, but he did. Sick. Rain's played his card now. Okay, information change. There's one site. First oranges. And Rain takes out Fallen, yeah? Trade. Okay. So we're still a man up. Could be 3. Yeah. Stewie kills Rain there. Rain's untradeable. Like, his value was being a surprise. And once the surprise is gone, value's almost dead. The only thing he can really do there is stay alive to use his life, the player, to buy time. Or the other players coming this way. Liege's back with a mean crossfire. Takes out whoever it was. It didn't really matter. Twist. Okay. 2v1. Olaf's like, I know where they both are. Not like I have a load of good stuff. It's not worth me saving. I'm better off denying them economy. Okay. So this is one of the first views, really, of those macro values that I talked about. And then I'm sorry, I'm so bad. You deserve someone. Okay. So this looks crap as well. What you get. Thanks for watching this video. Doesn't matter. Okay. Macro resources outside of the current round. Economy, current round score, rounds remaining. It's 2-0. Oh, we needed guns. ET needs guns. Etc. Etc. Olaf knows, or Kerrigan knows, whoever called it, that okay, we can get back into this game later. The thing that's going to be hard, or make it harder for us to get back into this game, is if they have more money sitting back. Because then it's going to be one extra round before we can break their money. And it's one extra round before we reduce their value to being on an eco, etc. etc. Olaf's life, well, his life doesn't mean anything now, right? Because he's probably not going to win the round. But he's got armor helmet, Deagle, Scout. They don't think that taking that forward is worth potentially a whole round or reset time when they come back into it later. So he's taking these fights as best he can. So as an IGL, choosing the save, hunt, and the attack just fucking wipes out Stewie. That's sick. Okay, so your role as the IGL here is to either say save or try and kill some people. Or save, try and get a kill but stay alive, or just try and kill everyone. It doesn't matter if you die. That was your job as the IGL. The way Olaf played this and shot those guys in the heads, that's his job. He's not thinking about everything else because he's thinking about shooting people in the head. He's really good at it. So, how did they win? How did Olaf win this? Because value-wise, they're down on players, they're down weapons, they're down position. They know where he is, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so blah blah blah. He looks there, there's no one there. Stewie comes out to peek. I know this is a tough one, because if Stewie hides in the corner, he's giving up information. And he can't tell Elige, like, oh, he's right here, or something, or tell Elige to swing. But because of this angle, and where Olaf is, when Stewie peeks, he's all the way back. Maybe Stewie doesn't have that information, but right now, this is a one-on-one, and Stewie's untradeable. Elige still has the cross, but fundamentally, he's going to tap the bomb, we're going to have a fight. Okay. Olaf got way more value out of that than he deserved. And part of that was Liquid giving up the value of a 2v1 by Stewie taking that fight. Because the 2v1 value no longer existed there. That's a 1v1. And these guys everyone can shoot someone in the head straight away. Even I can shoot people. And I can want. I would be dead already, of course. I'm more likely to hit him in the head with a flash as well. But Liquid lose the round. They started the round up in util weaponry. They went one down, but they still managed to retake the site. They planted the bomb. They got some value back. They got enough kills that they're in a 2-on-1 with the bomb down. So, like, Liquid phase value. Okay, phase starts low. Liquid starts higher. And then it goes a bit like this. And it's like, Then Liquid do a really good job of taking it back. Oh, wait, which one's phase? This is fucking Liquid. Liquid's in advantage. And then phase go, whoop. The value is swinging backwards and forwards. Every interaction is dictating what value you have and what you don't have. this has already gone on too long, so we can go on to it later. But it's a start. If I didn't start now, when would I even get around to this? I'll be fucked if I'm writing a script. And also, fuck shit, cunt, ass, bitch. Don't put ads on this video. Thanks for watching if you watched. Uh, look forward to doing another.